What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. All right, so as you see in the title, how do you help your loved one that's going through active addiction, but you've never been addicted? So I'm gonna give you firsthand what would help me when I was there, or help the people that I met along my way of being in active addiction, the people that I've helped, the people that I met when I was in active addiction, and the type of help that we all needed going through active addiction. So I understand that luckily you've never been through addiction, so that's a blessing. Be thankful. And so I just want to give you some tools to help you help your loved one. So first off, you need to talk to them. Just keep it real with them. Just be straight up. And, I wouldn't say no matter your relationship with them, but if you care, then, say whatever you feel like is needed to say, but keep it short, straight to the point. Don't drag a person. Going through active addiction, not only do you not know, what I'm saying, how bad you're treating yourself, but I assure you, it weighs on a person to go through what they go through in active addiction, as far as how they're treating everyone else, how they're not taking care of the business that they would rather be taken care of. You don't have to see it like that because of whatever that loved one has done to you, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So, straightforward, keep it real with that person. Just let it be known like, hey, I can tell the difference in you. I feel like something is going on. When you're ready to talk about it, you let me know. So what are you doing in that? You're just opening up a safe place. This can sound like something that's not going to get anywhere, but just think about it. Being able to say, I have a safe place to talk to you about it, as far as you're only trying to help me, that goes a long way. I assure you that goes a long way. When I was in active addiction, I didn't really know anybody to talk to about these things, because my group of people were in active addiction or still is in active addiction. So I had those loved ones that had never been through addiction. So it was like, who do I talk to in this situation? But anyway, so that's going to lead us to number two, or to another step or another tool to use when you're trying to, talk to your loved one. Google some detox centers. If you feel like your loved one is lacking or slacking in some type of way dealing with addiction, trust and believe having an answer to that question, like what do I do then, it'll go a long way. This is for the loved ones. This is for loved ones and people that are in active addiction. This is not for your coworker is, what I'm saying, looking like they're nodding off at work or whatever. You got to pick your battles. So some things have nothing to do with you. So stay in your lane. That's just a disclaimer for those that think, well, the talking head on YouTube said it. So no, don't do that to yourself, because you have to be willing to take that reply. This is why I state the loved ones that have never been addicted, that are trying to figure out how to help an addict that they have love for. If you're willing to accept whatever their reply is, go with your move. So you're going to bring it up to them and just let them know it's a safe place. No, you're not judging. You're just trying to solve the problem. Leads us to Google some detox centers. Google some rehabs. The things I'm going to say, they're going to be somewhat the same in videos, because these are important steps. You have to understand, depending on what substance that person is addicted to, snatching that out of their life, it could in their life. They could be deadly depending on what their substance is. So that alcoholic that drinks way too much and it's your sister, cousin, boyfriend, auntie, uncle, nephew, stepmother, whatever, whoever it is and whatever that substance is, when it comes to certain things, it will harm you in a lot of ways if you just try to go through it on your own cold turkey. So that person that's drinking way too much and you can notice and you're watching a decline happen, snatching that alcohol out of their life, it has effects. I'm gonna give you a story at the end of this too about how snatching the alcohol out of my life had an effect. Just one, this was one instance. I snatched alcohol out of my life a couple of times and it went horrible. But so, back to the topic. So, you find you a detox center or rehab, preferably in that order, detox then rehab. Just find them. Simple Google search. You've Googled more this week, about less. So if it's that loved one, remember. Or if it's yourself, Google it. All across the country, it is so many state-funded grants to go to rehabs, to go to detoxes. It's an epidemic now. You can hear about it's epidemic on Fendi, on the F, because I don't know if I can say that. Can't say that yet. But so it's an epidemic on that particular substance. It's an epidemic on everything. As far as the rates are high, as far as ODs on a lot of stuff. You can OD on more than just Fendi. You can OD off a couple of different things. It's very, very possible. You can OD off Tylenol. Doing too much of it. Swallow a whole bottle and see what happens. But you don't want to do that because you know it's going to be a side effect. That side effect could possibly be OD. But anyway, so you find those places, simple Google, where can I go to detox without insurance for free? Where can I go to rehab for free without insurance? Simple Googles. It's that simple. It's not hard at all. This is the steps that I had to go through in life. But now I'm giving them to you for free. I paid for it with pain and suffering. Please believe that's the purpose of this channel, because I did not have anyone to tell me these things. But so, you find those places because remember, you know what the problem is now. The problem is your loved one is addicted to something and you feel like you want to help that loved one. That's the problem. So now you have a solution to that problem. Small solution. Doesn't mean they're going to take your advice. This is not why you're doing it. You're giving them an out. You're giving them a safe place to talk about what they want to talk about when it comes to that subject. That's a start. That's a start in the right direction. Because if you feel like you don't have anyone, who are you going to talk to about these things? Is you going to left to your own understanding? This is how you got here. This is how you got addicted. But anyway, so safe place and you have an answer. Now, I'm not telling you that your answers are the best answers, are the number one answers. You got it figured out. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just simply saying those two things put a person ahead, farther than they were just then. I'm gonna throw you for a loop with this one. So, another Google, you can Google it. Addiction. It's the act of being addicted to a substance, something. Not even just substance, but it says something. That's the definition of addiction. How about this? What's the opposite of addiction? Connection. Ask Google. That's the best way. If you don't believe me, as you Googling them detox centers and them rehabs, ask that question to Google. So connection is the opposite of addiction. With that being said, when you open up that safe place, as far as you're not dragging that person, you're not getting out of line with that person. You're just letting it be known, hey, I see something's going on. If you want to, we can talk about it. Safe place. You're letting it be known. Remember, connection is the opposite. When you have a problem I don't know if it's just a me thing. I don't know if it's because of how I was raised, but when you have a problem, then you can come up with a solution. And that's the chain reaction for me. Problem, figure out solution. So if you feel like you want to help your loved one with their problem, being addiction, solution. What's the opposite? We're trying to get not where we already are. We're trying to get better. So we got connection. Now, where does connection even come into play? Remember, keep up with me. I know I'm all over the place, but keep up with me. An addiction is not the true problem. An addiction is the solution to the problem. So, whatever is really going on, a doctor needs to be involved to tell you what's going on. Therapist, preferably, mental health doctor, however you want to, whatever title. But that's the truth of the matter. It's something else going on. And the way that you cope or that loved one is coping is the addiction. Hey, you might have the rare situation. Your loved one might be 1 out of a billion. But as far as me and the people I've met and the system of AA and NA that I actually went through, as far as learning the things, reading the books, I actually got something out of it from the therapists, from the counselors, from the rehabs, from the detox, that now I can actually say, yes, this is a proven fact that it's mental health really going on. Just because someone else's mental health situation looks nowhere similar to what's going on with you or your loved one, don't put them on the same pedestal. Don't, they're not the same things. It's levels to everything. But let's get back on topic. So you got a safe place. You got an answer to the problem. You understand what addiction is, and you understand the opposite of addiction. So maybe you could solve this problem, sum it all up with, this person has something going on. We need you to go talk to someone. Remember now, an addict, me personally, and everyone I've came across, they're not ready to get sober until they're ready to get sober. So be willing to, accept whatever their reply is. But understand that you're putting them one leg up, one step up in the game with offering these things. This is how you help them. Offerings. Letting it be known that you can help. Even if it's not taking them everywhere around the world, even if it's not giving them money, even if it's not letting them sleep at your house. Those are valid points. But as far as the things I'm telling you to do or advice I'm giving you, trust and believe these, when a person gets low enough, because you can't make no grown person do nothing. When a person gets low enough, hey, I remember he or she or they told me I could talk to them about anything, or I could talk to them about my addiction, and they said they knew somewhere I could go. Boom, that it sounds so perfect now. Now it sounds perfect on this end of it. So keep up with me, because it might not sound perfect at the beginning of me saying it, but once I put it in a different, aspect, you'll be able to see, like, no, this is from an addict's point of view. These are really things that will save the day. But so that leads to the next one. Don't give them no money. I can only advise, but Don't be an enabler. Don't be that person. Let it be known you have an answer, or you have another way to help them. As far as the detox, the rehab, you done found it. But do not continuously feed the addiction. Understand that in an addict's mindset, it's not even trying to hurt you. That person's not trying to intentionally hurt you. That's not what their end game is, to hurt you. That's not the game plan. I can't speak for everyone, but I can tell you from a hurt person that hurt a whole lot of people, burnt a whole lot of bridges. That person is not intentionally trying to hurt you, but that person's mindset is the definition of insanity. They're steady thinking they can use whatever the substance is successfully with no consequences. This is what a person in active addiction is waking up thinking. Whether it's their casual perk popper, or if it's their casual paint of liquor every day, thinking that there's no consequences that come along with the actions that they're doing today. That's a delusion. That's insanity. Thinking you keep on doing the same thing and get a different outcome. So understand who you're dealing with. And remember, what's the opposite of the addiction? Remember all of these things now. But anyway, keep it short and simple. Safe place, safe space. I don't know why they came off so odd, but safe space, no money. Give them an ounce outside of dragging them, anything like that. Straight to the point. Help with 2 Googles. That's the only thing it takes is 2 Googles. A detox center and a rehab. You got to answer for them. That's a start. Straight to the point, no dragging. Keep it real with them. Remember, if it's your loved one, don't be that person that's, you always doing this and doing that. Get out of yourself. If you really want to say it's your loved one, understand what love is. You know what I'm saying? Don't, if it ain't that, disregard what I'm saying. If it ain't true love, like I only want to see you better and thrive and be the person that I can see you being and the person that you've shown me you really are. If it ain't coming from that place, disregard. Because I don't even want you to have to go through the things or put that person that's mentally insane through the things that could possibly happen. I don't want it. I don't want no parts in it. But anyway, so tell you like this, man, I can remember so many different situations I put myself in, horrible situations, because I was just focused on getting the next one. Horrible situations. Talking about shootouts, all type of stuff. Just wrecks. Talking about, man, all type of stuff. Foolishness. Ever since I met substances, my life has been in shambles. Shambles. So my life has been horrible ever since I met substances. But, you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. But anyway, so I have burnt bridges. I have crossed out so many people. And it was never my intention to hurt anybody. If I could just get what I wanted, I would never even talk to anyone. You see how crazy that sounds? But this was my real life. This was really what I was living. And I wanted to stop, but I didn't want to stop at the same time. Insanity. Talking about crazy. Unstable in all ways. That's an addict. So, you know what I'm saying? I hope you got something from this video. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, get in the comments. If you have a loved one that's in active addiction, or if you're in active addiction, just drop it in the comments. Anonymous. You can just drop in, hey, how would you say to go about this? I promise you, my wisdom I paid for. And I'd rather you not have to pay for that wisdom. Not in the ways I paid for it. But once again, if this is not up your alley, please share this video. Because one thing about it, as I say, your sister, cousin, mama, auntie, brother-in-law, nephew, little brother, girlfriend might be in active addiction. It's an epidemic now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody high. Everybody getting high. If you ain't know, everybody getting high. But anyway, so share the video so I can get to the person that it's actually meant for. I'm doing God's work now. But anyway, so I see y'all on the next one. Adios.